A crucial decision has been made by two federal judges, bringing a glimmer of hope to over 40 million low-income Americans during the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. The judges ruled that the Trump administration must continue providing food aid through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, ensuring that essential grocery needs are met. But here's where it gets controversial. The administration had initially suspended food assistance funds, citing a lack of resources due to the shutdown. However, the judge's decisions, issued simultaneously on Friday, stated that the government must utilize emergency funds to keep SNAP benefits flowing. SNAP operates by providing reloadable debit cards to eligible individuals, enabling them to purchase essential groceries. On average, a family of four receives approximately $715, 540 pounds per month, which equates to less than $6, 4 pounds 50 pence per person per day. These benefits are administered by the states, utilizing federal funding, which has been disrupted since October 1st. Several states stepped up to pledge their own funds to cover any shortfalls, but the federal government warned that they would not be reimbursed. Half of the U.S. states took legal action against the Trump administration's plans to halt funding, advocating for the use of a $6 billion, 4.5 billion pounds emergency contingency fund for SNAP, commonly known as food stamps. The Massachusetts judge ordered the administration to access this contingency funding and report back to the court by Monday regarding the authorization of at least partial benefits for November. Judge Indira Talwani's decision highlighted the likelihood of the state's success in court, emphasizing Congress's intention to fund SNAP benefits, even at a reduced rate when federal funds are insufficient. Judge Talwani further stated that the Trump administration's conclusion that the USDA is legally barred from accessing emergency reserves during a funding lapse was erroneous. The USDA had previously argued that these reserves were inadequate to cover full benefits, which cost between $8.5 billion and $9 billion monthly. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins had indicated that the fund would only be used for emergencies like natural disasters. Even with the contingency fund, it's estimated that only about 60% of beneficiaries could be covered in a single month, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, CBPP, a think tank focused on low-income families. Judge Talwani has requested that the administration report on Monday whether they will use the fund for reduced benefits or transfer funds from other programs to cover full benefits, similar to the administration's recent move to transfer military research funds to pay armed forces members. In a separate lawsuit in Rhode Island, a coalition of U.S. cities and NGOs sued over what they termed the unlawful suspension of the SNAP program. U.S. District Judge John McConnell emphasized the immediate and irreparable harm caused by the suspension, stating, "There is no doubt and it is beyond argument that irreparable harm will begin to occur if it hasn't already occurred in the terror it has caused some people about the availability of funding for food for their family." The White House and USDA have remained silent on the judge's decisions. The BBC has also sought comment from the Office of Management and Budget. Before the rulings were issued, Rollins stated at a news conference that the administration was looking at all the options when asked about complying with court orders to release funds. On Friday, the group behind the Rhode Island lawsuit released a statement praising the ruling as a lifeline for millions of families, seniors and veterans who depend on SNAP to put food on the table. They added, "It reaffirms a fundamental principle. No administration can use hunger as a political weapon." The federal shutdown, which is set to enter its second month, continues to be a contentious issue, with Republicans and Democrats trading blame, and no significant progress towards a resolution in sight.